All right, welcome back, cyber traders. Welcome back. Oh my God, I'm so happy. It's Monday, rainy here in New York. I don't know where it is in your neck of the woods, but looks like a little bit of slow morning so far. I don't know how you guys feel, but there's a couple of stocks that are moving, and we'll talk a little bit about them. We'll talk about the rice trade that we traded on Friday, actually last week, last 2 days, and a couple of things that are moving. Just check it up over here. Make sure we can see everything loud and clear. All right, perfect. Good to see you, Ken. Good to see you all. Greg, Renzo, good to see you all. Marcos on YouTube, welcome. So anyway, not that much excitement going on this morning. It is a Monday. Monday is usually a day like this that happens. We're starting to get into, what is it? We're getting into tax season a little bit. They're moving it back. But when you have markets like this, you got to be really careful on what you day trade. Swing trades, I mean, listen, the market, obviously, if you look at what has happened in the last week, we really haven't gone up that much, okay? I know they're trying to, I would keep an eye on what's going on with the Biden administration, where they're going to come out with trying to push this new $2 trillion infrastructure deal. It might make certain stocks go up, might make certain stocks go down. We're going to keep an eye on that too. There's a couple of things that are moving, but the big news is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I mean, they're saying there's like a shortage now, that there's not that many. Remember, there's not a lot out there. And it's funny, I was having this conversation. My father-in-law was down in Florida. He still can't get it. You know why? I mean, like, listen, it's just, you can't print more of it. What it is what it is. What's there, it's there. If you can't sell it, it's not like a company can go out there and print it. That's it. That's it. So, if it keeps holding here pretty strong, the longer it trades here, the longer it's been here, the longer it stays, the harder it is to move. So a lot of the stocks are moving, like Mara, like Reddit's not moving that much, actually. We'll check that out a little bit. But a couple of the stocks, too, that are obviously doing pretty well. We'll check them out. But I want to talk about the rice trade, because rice was actually a pretty good stock that we traded last week. And you can see right here, I just want to move this out a little bit. So you can see this has a very similar trading pattern like what we teach you here. You know about the cyber clock, right? Okay, everybody got one of these. So anyway, and if you don't, you better get one on our website. So the clock obviously tells you when's the best time to trade and the worst time to trade. So not only has it become a very good day trade, it turned into be a very good swing trade. So you can see right here at the open, and this was on Thursday, the stock literally went from like 1050, shot up to about 16, did a little bit of a shake, kind of held there strong. Next day, went from 14 right up to about 1650 again, kind of flatline, built a nice little Fausto flag, and then obviously right out of the gate, actually worked out in the after hours too. Thing just ran from 1650 all the way already up to 1850. So, but it wasn't, I'll be honest, it probably was really a great day. There wasn't really that much out there that we traded. There was this other stock that we traded. It was a BTX, I think it was. That was the other one that also had a nice little move. You could see BTX, how it just literally shot up and went from like 490 all the way up to about 6, and then had a nice little push right in the middle, like 230 on. But it never came back. It never, you notice how it never made a higher high. It made a higher low. And that's pretty much was the sign of the stock to go down, which, by the way, which leads me to remind everybody, if you're a student here at Cyber Trade University, guess what? Phase 1 starts, okay? And I think everybody, has to remember that, and if you're on YouTube, Facebook Live, you guys got to understand this too. And if you're a new trial member here to CTU, you have to understand, if you follow us on Twitter, you'll look at some of the stocks and say, hey, Fausto, where did your team find this stock? Remember, there are 3 T's: tradable, trend, and trap. Today in phase 1 is when you learn the first T. Phase 2, you learn the trend, and in phase 3, you learn the traps. So the trend is the most expensive. I mean, the tradable is the most expensive part of the trade. And Josh does a great job explaining it. He's going to interact with you and teach you guys exactly to how to find these stocks. Because remember, there are a lot of stocks right now, if you see right here on this watch list. And a lot of you say, how do you distinguish one versus the other? How do you know, like, why to trade this one and not to trade that one? Well, that's part of the tradable style of going out there. You can't trade every single one of them. The way you trade every one of them is you have to trade something that's going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward. That's how you trade, okay? So with that said, Let's go over some of the stocks that are moving this morning, because there are a couple of things that are moving and they're not terrible. I got on my watch 3 list right over here. I want to start off with the PBTS. So this stock is obviously probably one of the nicest ones out of them all. It's got a beautiful spread, which it passed the tradable. It's got great volume, 3.8 million shares. It just started right around 850, and it was already at 350. Look, it's already at $4. So it's about a nice 50-cent move. And when we started, it was right around 380. So nice little push on that stock. Nice little spread. Tier size is a little small, though. If you look at the tier sizes, which once again, we'll cover that in our phase 1 class, which, by the way, that was like the number one thing that when I started 25 years ago, when I worked at a trading firm, if you failed this part of the test, that's it. You got fired, okay? Because they don't want you to jump into something that's very risky. So anyway, that stock obviously pretty good. Ken says EARS is moving up again. You know what? That was the second stock on my watch list, was EARS. Now, we've been trading EARS too. I've got to mention that too. EARS was a nice mover on Friday too. And you could see that stock had a really nice push right at 3 o'clock. It went from $4 all the way to $5. Nice push. Had some nasty shakes. I love this little push right here, though. This was awesome. Had a nice little Fausto flag. And then it was right in the after hours. I don't know what happened, and no one's really interested in trading on a Friday after hours. But this stock, if you look what happened here around 3:30, the thing just literally went from $4, and then it kind of like hovered and didn't do anything, and had this little what we call a slingshot, and then boom, the thing took off, and she's up again today. So she's got. What we know about this stock is, a lot of you remember we traded the stock back in December. Okay. In December, if you look right here, we traded this stock. It was roughly around $1. And in one day, it ran to 660. So we know she can move. So go back to your journals and review it and see how you traded on it. But remember, it did come back down to 250. So this is why you don't hold these stocks overnight. And you know what? I always say it all the time. I'll just buy it back tomorrow. That's it. There's no reason to trade it again. So anyway, that's another stock that's on the watch list. Third one on the watch list right now is LHDX. I like this stock because if you look at the long-term chart, this stock right here basically got really crushed. You could see it was literally, it was an IPO basically, and it was all the way up at roughly around almost 40, came all the way down. It looks like she started to build some support levels here. So one thing that you have to keep in mind, that here at Cybertrade University, to be a good swing trader, you got to be a good day trader. And to be a good options trader, you got to be a good swing trader. So what's easier? Day trading. So if you're not good as a day trader, how are you going to know how to swing trade, and how are you going to know how to make an option trade? It all starts over the course of the day. But anyway, the stock's got a nice little push right now. Kind of like it. If she starts breaking out of this shell right here of these highs, which is roughly around this 975 price range, you can see the stock break up and probably test these probably 1150. Stocks have been taking a big hit lately. It's also a healthcare company, and I hate trading healthcare companies that are on a downtrend because they usually never come back. But this one, we'll see it. If it holds it for a while, you could get a little bit of a bounce. Another one on that list is Mara. Mara's obviously a lot doing with what's been happening with Bitcoin. Listen, if you thought Bitcoin ran, okay, listen, Mara, if you go back and you see where Bitcoin was back in December, okay, it doesn't even come close to where Mara is trading today. All right. So here you have, imagine Bitcoin. This is how I'm going to put it this way. I'll put it this way. Was Bitcoin trading at $4,000 back in December? Was it trading at 4,000? No. Okay. So now think about it. If you bought 1,000 shares of this, and now look at it, it's trading at 51. It's $51,000. Okay. So that's a good way of comparing a stock versus Bitcoin. Now a lot of people look like, I can't afford a $60,000 stock like Bitcoin. Yeah, but you could trade these. These stocks trade very side by side. So this one's also moving pretty well, and keep an eye on it. Stock that's getting crushed. Okay, so listen, I always get scrutinized because people always say, oh, Fausto, I don't like how Cybertrade University trades inexpensive stocks. You deal with penny stocks. First of all, I'm not a penny stock trader. I don't trade penny stock. Once in a blue moon, we might, okay? But as a trader, I'm here to make money. Okay. If I buy $100,000 house, which I don't think you buy $100,000 house anymore, but anyway, you buy $100,000 house and I make $20,000 on it. If I buy a $500,000 house and I make $20,000, why would I buy a $500,000 house when I could buy $100,000? It's still the same $20,000. It's all about risk to reward. So my point that I'm getting to is this: you want to go trade expensive stocks? Go right ahead. How is our IRTC working out for you? And a lot of people look like, well, I don't really know too much about it. Listen, it's an expensive stock. Okay, look at it. Its stock was almost at 300. It just broke down to 86. So the stock is basically getting close to its March lows. Had a great run up, did great, not doing too well. Want to hold overnight positions? This is what happens to you. Writing was on the wall when it dropped from 250 down to 170. And you saw it every day, trickle down, trickle down, trickle down, trickle down. You can see it right here. Let me blow it up because you probably need to see a little bit better. This is what day trading teaches you. Oh, down again today. Oh, down again today. Oh, down again today. Oh, down again today. And this was it. This is what when it broke this, it was finished. Okay, and now look at it. Not looking too well. So you learn a lot by being a very good day trader too when it comes to that. So anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on that. Baba, this stock got hammered. It looks like she's up a little bit, but I don't know, in pre-market, not really doing too much. The stock took a big hit lately. The stock hit its highs in October around 320, dropped down about $100, but it's starting to make a little bit of comeback. Our Uber trade, by the way, this has actually been one of our swing trades. I'm a big fan of Uber, and I've always been a fan of Uber. I actually lost money in Uber when it went public. And thank God I got out of it. It dropped all the way down here. Actually, I'm sorry. That's a bad chart right there. So yeah, Uber basically didn't go anywhere for a while. But if you notice now, she started. I bought it back. I did it not as a swing trade. I did this one as an investment trade. So she's starting to break out. And you know, if she breaks past this resistance levels right here, I mean, it's got some resistances right around 661, 62. This stock, you know, can make a big run. And if you notice, guys, anything a little unusual about this stock, this is what is called the Fausto flag, okay? We see a Fausto flag going on. We know by you being a student what that means. So let's keep a close eye on that one too. But I'm actually happy where I am with that stock right there. Oh, there we go. Okay. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the PLTR. I think that's the last one on our list, unless somebody else has something. I see a bunch of people just shooting out some stocks right here on YouTube. We'll check them out in a little bit. Stern, I see you in there, and also who else in there? Trader K. I'll look at that stock, and then you know, Cyber Traders. I think you pretty much got the same stocks that I found, but this one made a little bit of a move. I know one of you guys mentioned it early in the trading room. This stock, she's got a little bit of a Fausto flag also building up, and she has a major problem breaking 25. Okay, 25 is a big iceberg order. He's always been out there. You can see it already did it this morning. How kind of tested it right there, got close to it and came back off. Listen, it's all about following the money. If that guy doesn't get out of the way, the stock's not going anywhere. All right. Now, let me go over a couple of the stocks. Some people mentioned a couple of them up here. And what we got? SOS. Yeah, SOS, a nice little move right there. SOS just made a 9 o'clock move. And that was another one I was going to add on the list. She actually just made she made it third on the watch list, okay, on the biggest percentage gainers. We've done really well with SOS. We traded it back around, was at $4. This is another stock that I was looking more of a swing trade also. Took a big hit. The stock looks pretty interesting. So I think it's a Chinese stock, I'm pretty sure. I'm not definite, but I think that's what it is. But anyway, the stock obviously definitely going to be on the watch list. And it could be a swing trade also because of the big hit it took. What else we got here? Steve Stern says, what about the stock INVU? INVU. It's not even coming up on my watch list. Oh, it's a penny stock. Like he said, I don't trade this stuff. I'm getting no data. I don't know who's buying it, who's selling it. No, I'm not being prejudiced against penny stock. It's just that as a trader, what you've learned is you have to follow the money. If you can't get level 3 and level 4 quotes on it, why would you even look at it? So that's one of the reasons why we don't even look at that stock like that. IS, that stock, big resistance levels. IS also took a little bit of a hit. Pretty volatile stock, a little expensive, Stern. It's got to break this 175. You're probably looking more of a swing trade, but we would not day trade that stock. Okay, spread is obviously too big. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else? Anything else? I think that pretty much does it. Okay, so listen, be very careful. It is Monday. And with Monday, there always comes a very slow opening. Not a lot of news comes out unless something came out in Barron's or something else. But I know Alibaba is one of them that came out with some pretty good news. But we got a couple of decent stocks. We'll keep an eye on what we got going on here. Like I said, we got these, I like to keep an eye on this PBTS. She's got a little shakes right here. She's got to break this resistance levels, but we'll see what happens when the market opens up. And remember, things always change when the market opens up. We always find new ones. They just come up and just show up. So students, class today, 10:30, phase 1. If you're a gold and platinum, bronze, silver, gold and platinum students, we'll see you there. If you're new here to Cyber Trade University, I know it's a big day for you. You know, a lot of trials. Abe, Alex, Arba, I see a bunch of you in here, all new trial members. Listen, most important thing, do not buy anything that we trade, okay? Because you're only here to watch. You want to see if other people make money. You want to see how we control losses. That's the key of being a very successful trader. It's not about, oh, look how much money he made, that made. First of all, nobody brags here how much money we make. It's a point system, not a dollar system, okay? And also, you don't know if it's for you or not, and that's why you're doing a trial. And by the way, if you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, you could always do a trial. Click on the bottom, $9, jump in a week, come to the original day trading room that I started 25 years ago. See why it's the biggest, most popular one out there. And like I said, the worst thing that could happen is you learn it's not for you, but it should be. All right, everybody, good luck. Happy trading, everybody. And we'll be back here at 2:30 for the afternoon meeting, and we'll trade to go in the close. In the meantime, cyber traders, if you're in the trading room, remember, as we always say, you see something, you say something. We'll start commentary at 9:30 once the market opens up in less than 15 minutes. Happy trading, everyone. See you in the trading room.